Okay, we're live. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Hi, Anna. How are you? It's so lovely to see you again. Doesn't seem like 2 weeks since we were last talking. How are you?
I'm very well, Karen. And of course, hello to everybody who are watching live now or watching this streamline later on. Wishing you a wonderful Wednesday.
I'm just inviting someone who wants an invitation and they're not on LinkedIn. So I am looking how to invite, and I hope that I've done it properly. And they can get on. Anna, can you start the topic that we're doing today, which is?
Yes, Karen, we intend to talk about success today. And I believe that it play on every single one of our mind because we all want to be successful. And we all have a certain way of understanding this particular word, success. Yeah. And
So
it's
true.
become a real, truly meaningful conversations. And I really liked it when you agree and you actually initiate this talk. And I just love to get some clarity from our conversation around the word success that is driving the whole world up and down. Yeah, we're all working for this particular word. However, I believe that every single one has an understanding of what success is like for them. And I myself has been working hard my whole life. I say working hard means that, get up every morning, go to work, go through the day, trying my best, and sometimes wasn't my best. Sometimes dragging myself along the day, and with the idea that I want to achieve something. So I want to be successful. I want to live a successful life. So let's get into it. Let's delve into this word, shall we?
Yes, and Anna, as you say, it is success is not like a thing that we all have the same goal and desire of this will be success for me. We all have our own individual success for ourselves. And so it's really important for people to understand that what's your success might not be my success. And we don't want to compare with other people's success because comparison is one of the most unproductive things that we can do. So what I wanted to start off with was to talk a little bit about the universal laws. Now, the universal laws are the laws that govern us in this universe, and they are as real as the laws of gravity or the law of ergodynamics or aerodynamics or any of the laws that you believe in but you can't see. And so there are 12 I study the laws of the universe, and there are 12 basic laws. And the first law of the universe is understanding that there are laws that govern us, that are working with us and on us every single millisecond of our day. And when we understand that, then we say, well, don't we want to understand how they work and what they're doing so that we can actually collaborate or co-create with them? So the last law in my 12 laws actually is the law of success. It's the last law of the universe, and it's called the law of success. So I wanted to talk. I thought it was perfect to talk a little about this today.
Lovely, yeah.
And this law states that your commercial activity and exchanges, if you bless and give thanks for the services and products you are paying for, you will receive even greater good. So success is not a creature of circumstance, nor a game of chance or luck. For not until the golden rule is the basis of commercial activity can we be in harmony with this principle. And that's a quote by Raymond Hollywell. So what do we mean by that? Well, to increase your own success. For example, when you write a check or pay bills, bless the people for the service that you are being provided. So in your thoughts, bless them. Thank the people you pay today for the good work that they provide. And guess what? Your circle of concern will expand. Most of us actually often begrudgingly pay our bills, pay our costs, pay for things that we have to have that we don't really choose to, like our basic living costs. But if you bless them, you will experience a whole different way of life. So how can you, I ask you a question to think about before we go on, is how can you bring the golden rule to the center of your activities today when you're going around paying for things? So think about that for a minute, and I'd like to go on to talk
So
a bit about
the law is what I've understand from what you shared, the golden rules, the law of success, saying that you when you need to feel the appreciation, the gratitude towards every single existent, basically, in terms of commercial product or services, have that sense of gratitude first for them all.
That's it. You've got it exactly. Yeah.
So let's say our attitude determine the level of our success from that law, basically.
Yes, basically that's what it says.
And so that.
And it's another way of looking at things that most people would not have considered. So today, as we're looking at things to keep the long view, as the Dalai Lama said, I want to talk about his. He talks about keeping the long view and keeping things in perspective. We all know that and have heard of the Dalai Lama. And so he says, we all want to keep the long view and keep things in perspective. We have a situation and circumstance, and we all have tools for success that we've been given at birth, like our imagination. Yet notice how most of us, we actually use our imagination not for the good, but to terrorize ourselves. We imagine what if the worst happens often. And yet, your imagination is part of and required for your success in life, because your imagination is the formation of mental images or pictures. And Napoleon Hill said, this is a quote from him, imagination is your most marvelous, miraculous, inconceivable, powerful force that the world has ever known. And through fully learning this mental faculty and how to use it, you will realize that you have the ability to dream up exactly the life you would love, the success you would love. And our goal is to increase our awareness practices. We increase by building our dreams. We connect the physical side of us, our human body, because we are spiritual beings. We connect our human body suit to the spiritual side of us as spiritual beings. So we're a spiritual being in a human body suit. And we connect them through learning about our 6 mental faculties, one of which is our imagination, and the universal laws with the metaphysical world. You are a spiritual being living in a human bodysuit, and this human birth is for such a very short time. So what is truly reasonable? My conscious mind may not yet know, but the unconscious mind that thought it up knows exactly how to achieve anything we can imagine. Any success we can imagine in our lives. Our conscious mind is the analytical mind, which goes to the reasonable. Is this reasonable? Can I do it? Is it a reasonable goal or vision to have? But our unconscious mind that has helped us to think, to imagine these things, knows exactly how to bring anything about in collaboration with the universe. Another interesting fact before I'll hand back to you, Anna, is that research
I write a
shows
lot of notes from what you're saying. Really interesting. Yes,
is
love
that
it.
research shows that leaders who are achieving extraordinary results, because that's what we want extraordinary results in our lives, right?
Yeah.
Leaders who are achieving extraordinary results are more focused on others than themselves. Strong
I
leaders
love that
are
point.
Strong leaders are interested in how to make a difference in the world and realize that by helping others and to achieve great things, that getting the contribution of others is required. So this way of thinking can lead those who practice it to extraordinary results. But any of us can do this. If we adopt the mindset and ways of thinking, we can all achieve extraordinary results in our lives. Extraordinary, what might seem like extraordinary success. So always ask the question of yourself, what can I do now, where I am with what I have now to work on my dream, my vision? What can I do with what I have now and where I am now to work on my dream or my vision? So what do you think, Anna? Have you got anything to add, or I can carry on?
So many golden nuggets in what you're saying. Like I love how you talk about, you inspire other people to think bigger, to dream bigger, and how you use your imagination to dream toward what you want in life and do it big. Allow yourself to use the subconscious mind to achieve something that your conscious mind can't even think of, right? So that's wonderful. And you also mentioned the how to achieve something great by helping other people achieving what they want, and that really really resonate with what I'm looking through preparing for this conversation. I looked through 4 different definitions by different dictionaries, and I would like to share one by one from 4 different ones. Oxford Dictionary say success is the accomplishment of an aim or purpose. So you got to have an aim or a purpose in order to know that you are successful or not. Otherwise, we have nothing to measure against. And
That's
this
true.
is flipping my way of setting out my day, setting out my month and week, and for the years to come. Before that, I was just, people say something, I do it. And anyone say something nice, I do it. I didn't have that clarity of what I want and what is my aim in life. What is the purpose of this life for me? So I can be assured that I can achieve that, no matter how long it takes, no matter how many obstacles I have to go overcome to get there. But first of all, we need to know what the purpose is, what the aim is. So based on that first dictionary definition, right? And Cambridge said very similar thing. Success is the achieving of the result wanted or hoped for. I prefer the wanted. Hope is quite weak. I don't like hope. I wanted it, I go after it, and I will achieve it. So when you achieve it, you have a sense of success. Yeah, that is Cambridge. Merriam-Webster say success is a measure of a favorable or desired outcome. I love desired outcome. It's much stronger. Yeah.
Yes.
So you've got to be able to measure it to feel that sense of success. And Collins is the 4th one that I looked up. Collins Dictionary say success is the achievement of something you have been trying to do. I don't like the word trying. You've been doing, yeah. And if you achieve it, then you have the sense of success. So with that definition, it's much more simple. I see it like if I learn to make a dish, like when I came to Australia, I didn't know how to use the oven. And one day I've learned to use the oven to bake the very basic scones. I felt so happy. I told my husband, I know how to use the oven. I had such a sense of success without knowing that is success.
Yeah,
Right? That's
exactly.
successful there. And then when I learned to drive, for the first time in my life, I learned to drive in 2007. That was when I was 34. It's scary as. I got into the car. I drive in the area where no other car. I was taken to a deserted place, and I go around the roundabout at 20 km per hour, and I felt elated. Oh my God, I achieved it. I go around the roundabout successfully without hitting the nuts or anything. That
Yeah.
was amazing sense of success for me at that point in time, without knowing that was success. When we got the clarity of the definition of success, you can be successful in any mini moments in the day. You know, you go for a hairdresser to get a haircut, and it is exactly the way you want. The color is exactly the way you want. You communicate to the hairdresser exactly, and he understand you. He understood me, and he know exactly what I want. I can communicate the picture in my mind to him, and he got it, and he performed it. And the finished product is the hairstyle that I loved. That is a success, and that's a complicated process. It's not simple. Yeah. So success can be felt throughout the day with every single
Right.
thing. Doesn't have to be so big, so grand.
Yeah.
Like you have to be a multi-billionaire down there to be successful. So if we know what success is, for me, is the achievements of something I want. So I need to know exactly what I want. Without knowing what you want, you end up achieving it without knowing that is success. So I really love that. I would love to share that. And there's another angle of success that I would love to share, but let's just hear what you say. Thank you.
No, go on, Anna. Share the other angle if you like.
Yes, yeah. This is I did mention this to you before. Like at work, for example, we felt we all go for promotion, for higher salary, for getting a better job, for example. And so sometimes we too focus on that, and we forget the fact that for us to be successful in a workplace, we need to work well with other people. Yeah, it is the achievement of a whole team, not just yourself, not just for your own gain. The real success of the company or a team is success of the whole team member of the team getting together for a common purpose. So the team have to understand that common purpose, have to communicate and work really well together, like supportive, inspiring each other, empowering each other. And then you have that kind of culture to create the goal. When we can work in that environment, the feeling of connection with other people, the feeling of being loved, being liked, being respected, for me, that is much more valuable achievement than achieving my salary or pay rise or promotion. So whenever I go looking for a job, I always consider that as the most important factor for me. Is the team nice? Are people working together? Do they communicate well? Do they respect my point of view? Can I respect them? So for me, success means being loved, being liked, being respected by people you work with as well, not just by just aiming for something for yourself only. That's alone is the goal that you can do by yourself is very small. Great goal need to be done by a big team with a lot of people. So you've got to have that ability to work with other people. So that is what I love about success. And that is a big achievement in life, to have people that you work well with, respected, loved, connected. Yeah.
I
I'm
love
not
that.
sure.
I love that
Yeah.
you've pointed that out, Anna. And that is so true. What makes a lot of us feel successful even though we may not realize that that is success, is being in an environment where people, where there's real connection, where we love each other or care about each other or think very highly of each other in many ways, not only, or not at all sometimes in the level of financial wealth, but in ways, so many other ways of people's values and ethics and who they are. So I really love that. And I actually will share with you that Napoleon Hill, Andrew Carnegie asked Napoleon Hill, when he asked, and he wrote the book Think and Grow Rich, he studied a generation of people who lived so-called wealthy lives and had the same kind of wealth that we're talking about, but not financial, financial wealth. We're not talking about financial wealth. We're talking about wealth in the fullest sense of the word, because we should all want to be wealthy. Wealth is part of our success, okay? The universe wants us to be wealthy. And it's good that we should want a wealthy life, wealthy in everything that really matters. And this was Napoleon Hill's foundation for living a wealthy life. He said this is what his meaning of it is. Wealthy, number one, in peace of mind, feeling good inside your own skin. Wealthy in abundant and robust health. Wealthy in relationships wealthy in relationships that have meaning and purpose, like you were talking about, Anna, and you love the relationships you have experienced and given to in your life. And wealthy in the freedom with which you move in the material realm. Wealthy that you can go where you want to go, do what you want to do, have what you want to have, and even more importantly, give what you want to give.
To give.
Yeah, give what you want to give.
Powerful.
And that, sorry?
It's so powerful. I just love what you shared. It's simple that at least 4 major aspects of life, we have to know clearly what do you want in it, how much peace that you want, peace of mind you want, how well physical health, mental health, and emotional health that you want to have to achieve, and the relationship in your life, and as well, like you said, the freedom to move around in this material world. If you're restricted by the movement, like I want to go overseas to see my family, I'm restricted by what? Time, health, maybe relationship didn't work, or I'm restricted by the amount of money that I've got in my bank account. The amount of leave, the many days of leave that I got. That restriction give us the sense of kind of unwealthy, right?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Many of us, it's like you said, though, to start out, we've got to have the target, the goal, the purpose, the outcome that we want. And many of us have difficulty imagining and identifying what that life we would love, what that wealthy life would be, because we have a set point in our thinking. And you just mentioned some of the things that create that we think bring about our glass ceiling and stop us from that, achieving that dream life or achieving that wealthy, successful life. We have a glass ceiling because we think that we must have certain outside conditions fulfilled, like money or number of days leave or whatever, before we can achieve that highly desired life. And most of us don't think this way. By starting out, what would I love? You're never going to create that life that you would love if you don't create the vision for it in the first place. And we do exactly what you said, Anna. We bring that vision down to what do I think I can create based on my glass ceiling, based on my limiting circumstances and situations. We don't ask the question and build that picture. What would I love if I didn't have anything stopping me? We think about what is my education or my background or my dollars in the bank or my training or the current economy or the amount of leave I'm allowed from my job tell me that I can have in my life. Our set point is in our thinking, and that brings about the glass ceiling that stops us from that dream life, that wealthy, successful life that we would love. And the highest and best form of motivation is called vision motivation. The question is not what do you think you can create based on any outside limiting circumstances and situation. The only right question for the start of your vision is what would you love to create in your life? What would you love to be, do, have in your life? And the power of desire is, we can talk about how to examine what it is you truly desire. Putting yourself in a wealthy mindset starts with desire, and it is followed by the willingness to do something different to achieve that desire. And there's an eternal dynamic self that is really you. Nothing can happen for you that cannot happen through you. There's a part of you that is greater than anything you are facing, any challenge you are facing, any outside circumstance or situation that you think is limiting you. There's a part of you that is far greater than any of that. And shifting your
I got a
vibration.
bit of disconnection.
Oh,
Yeah.
Are you losing me?
Just a second, for a second. Yeah.
Okay. So, am I back?
You're back, yeah.
Is it
So,
okay?
so what powerful the message that you deliver. Like I facing that in the last few weeks. I am with you thinking, I believe that whatever you set your mind to, there's a way that exists, you know, things this is in the world. We have to raise ourselves to match that level of success. It's not that they're not available. Mega success, you know, like mega success is available for anyone, whether you want to put yourself, you raise your thinking, you raise your ability to connect with people, you raise your capacity to communicate and to be in that space with people who can show you how to achieve the certain lifestyle that you desire. But a lot of us are you know, restricted by our own belief, our own mental blockage and limitation. And so I'm facing a lot of rejection, a lot of no to the idea that you can actually create your life very simply. It doesn't have to be that complicated if you just need willing to learn, willing to grow. And those are the obstacles that can put people off, can make people stop and give up. And so it come back to the definition of success. How are we going to work with people and build their belief to the point where they can overcome certain obstacle for them to achieve what they want in life, a greater life for themselves? I find that such a fulfilling way to build my own success. Watching other people grow and overcome their obstacle, help me overcome my obstacle. And it's just so joyful. And I find that is the best way to achieve both side of success, achieve what you want, and also achieve the deep, meaningful connection with people who you help them succeed, help them overcome the obstacle in their life, help them hold on to hope and believe so that they can keep going until they achieve whatever they set out. Because most of us quit at the 80% of the journey, or sometimes 99% of the journey. There's people quitting. And it's just not, you know, that story of 3 inches or 3 meter to gold that in one of the books by Napoleon Hill. Yeah. So there's somebody who digging the gold, looking for gold and just give up. Just so close to gold. Yeah. So just love what you're saying, like allowing people to really think and believe. And I love that passion in you to I know you're doing that. You're helping people build their dream, and you have the method. You have the mechanism and the vehicle. You can show them how to achieve that as well. It's just a matter of meeting the right people who are willing to go for more knowledge and go for more in their life. Yeah.
Absolutely,
Thank you so much.
Anna. Yeah, it is. It is a process. It's a simple process. If you learn the process, you can have all the success you want in your life. It's about shifting your vibration and how to raise your thought vibration. The frequency on which you think determines what you allow yourself to experience. So your thoughts actually vibrate at different levels of frequency. So the more empowering the thought, the higher the vibration, and the infinite becomes more available to you because your awareness of the infinite changes. So you may feel helpless at times, but you're never powerless. The question is always, what would you love? Now, there's been research into these ideas through millennia. We find this in the mystical traditions of all religions, ancient philosophy, the Greek myths, Upanishads that are 5,000 years old. And it was brought into a modern version and articulated first in the middle 1800s with Thoreau, Emerson, the transcendentalists that evolved in modern psychology. This is not new stuff. And
No.
Napoleon Hill studied it in a generation of people who lived very wealthy lives. He studied hundreds of people. He went and asked them the questions. And he wrote the book, Think and Grow Rich. He studied the people who lived so-called wealthy, successful lives and had the same kind of wealth that we're talking about today, the same kind of success. And here are some of the basics that you can find that move to all this understanding. The first step in generating your capacity to live a wealthy life starts with knowing, and you said it at the beginning, Anna, knowing what you really want, what you desire. And Einstein said it, energy, everything is energy. That's all there is. Match the frequency of your desired reality, match the frequency of your desired reality, and it cannot help but be yours. This is not philosophy, this is physics. And today we call this quantum physics. What would I love is the question. Most people have that question trained out of them. They don't really think about what they would love. And when Napoleon Hill did this experiment, he came up with 2 answers to what all of those people he interviewed said were the most important things a person would want to live a wealthy life and everything that really matters. And here's what they were. The first one, wealthy number 1, is peace of mind, feeling good inside your own skin. And the second one was wealthy in abundance and robust health. The 2 things that all of those people said were the most important things to consider that one had a wealthy, successful life, wealthy in everything that really matters, were peace of mind and great health, abundant and robust health. Because, they all said without health, and you've probably all heard it many, many times, without our health, we have nothing.
Exactly. Start with all that. And I would want to add to that is the relationship, multiple high quality relationship with people around you, and, expand that circle of impact, of influence around you. And I love that sense of success. Like a successful mother, I feel my daughter loved me, respect me. As a successful wife, if my husband loved me faithful to me and respect me, and he just want to spend time with me. That is for me wonderful success. So bringing back to success, of course, like you say, if we know the package of our life, how we want it, that grand success is amazing. However, in everyday life, if we learn to see what we really want in every single moment, every single situation, and have that sense of success in the small way to build up, your day and then your week, and then it become a successful day, a successful week, and then it become a successful month, and many months become a year, and successful years will become successful life. So I just love to end today
Yeah.
conversation there. Success, it doesn't have to be so big, just to be appreciative, and like you said from the beginning, the sense of gratitude, appreciation for every single thing that we can do in every single small moment is massive success. A lot of people cannot even get up. A lot of people cannot move their hands. Like Nick Vujicic, he doesn't have arms and legs. For him, movement is difficult. Putting on a top would be so difficult, and we take that for granted. And if we can do that easily, that is a massive success, right? So I would end with that right there, Karen. And I love our conversation today.
Thank you, Anna. And likewise, I think it's a great place to end, and to take away with the vision motivation. Remember, the question isn't what do you think you can create? What do you want to create in your own success, your own version of success? The only right question is, what would you love to create in your life?
Mm.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you, everyone. Whether you're on here or watching the replay, I said there's some questions here which we haven't answered yet. We'll come back to them later on LinkedIn. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching this and joining us today. And we will see you again in 2 weeks' time.
Indeed. Thank you so much, Karen. Thank you, everyone. And see you in 2 weeks.
Sign out. Have a wonderful week.